Hello. I'm writing or recording, I should say, right now because of so much that's going on in my circle of friends and my circle of acquaintances. There have been numerous people in the past week that I have heard about who are either in hospice, have passed, who have cancer, who are in serious physical shape with numerous, whether it's hospitalizations or immense amount of medications while they prepare to go in the hospital and different things that are happening to folks. And it really caused me, as anything does when we get hit with numbers of something, it's the universe or somebody's message to say, listen, we're sending it at you in as many ways, as many times as we can in a short period of time so that you will get a message. And the message I'm getting, and I wanted to share with you so that you don't have to go through the same thing, is that when we run on empty, I don't care how successful we are. I don't care how many clients we have, how much millions we're making because we're in corporate and it's just flowing like crazy. What ends up happening is that we get so busy running, we get so busy being successful, so busy handling the next project, creating the next item, whatever it is we're doing, the next speaking gig, whatever it might be, that in that run, we start running on empty. We are busy, 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 giving, doing. And when do we stop to get fed? When do we stop to say, yes? When do we stop to have that cup of tea or that cup of coffee or that glass of wine and just sit in silence and catch up with ourselves? I don't see it. I truly don't see it. And because I don't see it, what I'm seeing are so many great people, far too young, 50s, 60s, 70s, passing with cancer, with this, with that, or people recovering from cancer and coming back whole with so many life lessons learned in the process. What are we doing? Success is not worth our life. Overachieving, and so many of us are overachievers here, especially in the States, but in the Western world, but especially in the States. So many of us are overachievers. And in this time of government flux, of all the stuff that's going on, there's more intensity, there's more stress, there's more pressure coming in from so many different directions. That when we don't see this high stress period as a time for extra self-care, as a time for extended periods of quiet, but instead use it as a time for faster movement, faster going, faster achieving, faster pushing harder, we end up setting ourselves up. I just got a text a few minutes ago. This particular man I know, he went into hospice 2 days ago. He passed this morning. Another one passed last week. Somebody else has just had cancer. Somebody else is not doing well. They don't know what the issues are yet. And when I look and I see the stress, when I look and see the constant movement, we cannot do it to ourselves. We are not here just to be successful. We are not here to have impact and influence, even when we're doing it for the most magnanimous reasons, for the most altruistic reasons. Even the World Soup Kitchen, they need to stop and take care of themselves at times. They need a break between assignments to catch up with themselves before they go back out again. We need to remember this is a spiritual journey. This is a journey where we are walking, trying to live our spiritual purpose. This is a journey where we are walking, continuously growing in self-discovery. And the harder we push to go forward, the less time we spend stopping and reconnecting with that spiritual purpose. So that when I work with people and they say to me, I am so effing empty. I am busy. I am making more than I ever imagined. I'm more successful than I ever imagined. I've got more impact or influence than I ever imagined, or more businesses than I ever thought I could found. But I'm exhausted. All I hear is, but I'm exhausted. As a healer, as a therapist, as a coach, as an advisor, as a mentor, what I zoom in on immediately, but I'm exhausted, or I am empty. There's nothing in here. I'm not connected with anything in here. And my heart breaks. Because those are the people that I most want to support in stopping and coming back and remembering. We have got to take a look. If we don't hear on a spiritual level what's going on, if we don't connect spiritually with ourselves, much less with whatever version of God you carry, whether it is Christ, whether it is Yahweh, whether it's Jah, whether it is Buddha, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever your spiritual life is, enjoy it, remember it, and live it. When we forget about that element, the spiritual element of this, the quieting, the reflection, the prayer, when we forget that, we end up emotionally becoming filled with anxiety or depression and find ways to overcompensate, whether it is booze, whether it is sex, whether it is drugs, whether it is overworking. It doesn't matter. There's so many different routes. I can't go into all of them. And we emotionally start running from our own feelings, our own emotions. We start running faster so we don't have to deal with what's going on inside because of this emptiness over here. And it does show up physically. We end up paying a high price physically. And this isn't about predispositions. Whatever your family history is, you don't need to actualize it. We talk all the time about stopping the legacy of physical abuse in a family line, sexual abuse in a family line, alcoholism in a family line. It's also stopping the family legacy, or one we've created ourselves, about overworking, overachieving, over, so that we can know that the legacy we're passing down is one of balance. And I don't mean balance every single day. Nobody's balanced every single day. I don't care who the heck they are. But to step out of balance, but you know easily how to come back. Welcome to humanity. To have an evening of too much of this or too much of that, welcome to humanity. But when you live in a semblance of balance, it's so much easier to come back to it. But when you've been running so fast for so long, it's harder and harder to take the step back, to stop and find balance. Truly, that spiritual hunger, that knowing that there's an emptiness, there's so much missing, that young guy or girl back there that was so filled with vision, so filled with dreams, so filled with hope and joy, so anxious to get going to make that life for themselves. They get lost when it's all about the doing. The passion goes away, the vibrancy goes away, the life force goes away, and the persona shows up. And when you're stuck there, you're spiritually hungry, emotionally running, and physically diseased. High blood pressure becomes the stroke, the heart attack, whatever. High cholesterol becomes so many other organic dysfunctional systems, so many issues that take place systemically, organically. We're not made to live this lifestyle. The disease and the death that I've seen these past few weeks, it's not natural. It's not meant to be normal. And this isn't meant to be a crapshoot where we take a chance and hope we don't get shot. We don't become the one that gets hit with this disease or that. We have an ability to remember who we are. We have the ability to stop, to reconnect with us. If we're married, to reconnect with a partner, reconnect with our children if we have them, or our grandchildren if we have them, or connect for the first time. Remember, this human being sitting in this chair created that life. It wasn't forced on you. This human being sitting in this chair created that life, created those lovers, created those homes you've lived in, those jobs you've had, those associations you belong to, the yachting clubs, the whatever, all of those groups you belong to. You brought that in. You created that life. And if you're powerful enough to create that life, you're powerful enough to create another one. You're powerful enough to create a life that has a room for you in it, that has space for you to live who you are, space for you to stop. Because no one needs a life where there's no room for you in it. Because I have seen so clearly this week that if there isn't room for you in your life, you won't be here to live one. Take care. Thank you.